James chapter 3, I want you to notice, James chapter 3 tells us this. Speaking about the wisdom that doesn't come from above, it says this wisdom does not descend from above, but is earthly, sensual, demonic. So where does the power of Satan come from? It comes not from above, but from where? From beneath. Revelation chapter 18 verse 1, which we're going to study in this series later on, speaks of a powerful angel that comes down from heaven. And he cries with a mighty voice that Babylon is fallen. And then he calls God's people to come out of Babylon. This message comes with great power from heaven. So fact number 2 is that the fact that these angels are depicted as flying in the midst of heaven means that these messages are of heavenly origin. They come directly from the throne of God. Fact number 3. We're told twice in the 3 angels' messages that these messages are proclaimed with a loud voice. It's interesting. The Greek word that is used for loud voice is the word megaphone. What word do we get from megaphone? The word megaphone, right? Have you ever heard of megaphone? You know, you use them on campouts. I know at camporees, Pathfinder camporees, you have a megaphone to call all of the pathfinders together. Let me ask you, when you use the megaphone, can you hear the message? You certainly can. And sometimes it's so loud that it actually squeals, and then everybody can hear it. And so that's the word that is used. These messages are of heavenly origin. Human beings are supposed to preach them, and they come with great power because they're proclaimed with a loud voice. In other words, there is no word parsing or political correctness in these messages. This is not some ambivalent doublespeak. There's no mute on the trumpet. It is to be shouted from the rooftops, no matter what the consequences are. The messages are to be proclaimed with utmost power. Fact number 4. The angels fly. Now, what does that represent, the angels flying? It represents the speed with which this message is supposed to go to the world. Now, let me ask you, how fast do angels fly? Well, let's go to Ezekiel 1. Ezekiel chapter 1 and verses 13 and 14. Let me ask you, are these messages supposed to go with utmost speed to all of the world? Absolutely. These messages of heavenly origin are to go to all of the world with great power and with the utmost velocity. Notice what it says in Ezekiel 1 verses 13 and 14. It's speaking about the 4 living creatures, which represents the angelic host. And notice what it says. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of torches going back and forth among the living creatures. The fire was bright, and out of the fire went lightning. And the living creatures ran back and forth in appearance like a flash of lightning. How fast do angels travel? Like with the speed of lightning. How fast does this message need to go to the world? It needs to go to the world with the speed of lightning. But unfortunately, it's going to the world with the speed of a snail or the speed of a tortoise. It's not because the angelic host isn't waiting anxiously for this message to be proclaimed to the world. It's simply because we as human beings have not lent ourselves to be used by the power of God to proclaim these heavenly messages of God to the world so that the end can come.